YouTube? What up, my YouTube friends? Andrew. Thank you, man. What color, First El Nino show in March, I think March, man. So what's up, everybody? It's good out there, man. Yeah, the El Nino tour starts in March. I just got home from some Midwest states, had a great time out in Chicago, Indiana area. It was a lot of fun. With God-sized booking, they did a great job. Jeff and Nick over there. Just home down, doing some jamming, get ready for got a show on this Thursday at Debonair Music Hall in Teaneck, New Jersey. I'm opening up for the mighty Papa Chubby, excellent blues rock guitar player, big fan of his work. So I'll be opening up for him. I'm real excited about that show. It's gonna be good for me. And get ready for the Hail the Horns, guys. Hail the Horns. Get ready, man. We're gonna come out there and kick some ass. So get ready. Hail the Horns. What's everyone up to out there? Got any questions? Anything you want to know? That's what's up. Yeah. I haven't done any Hail the Horn shows yet, man. They're coming up. That's what I just said. They will be going on next week. We start that. So get ready, man. We'll be posting a lot of stuff. Can I still do my kicks? Yes, I can, Andrew. I do them better today than I did back in the day, dude. I'm in better shape at 44 than I was at 24. I promise you. Go out to those El Nino shows, Hail the Horns. I'll be doing the spin kick. I always do. It's really not a big deal, man. It's just something I do for fun, you know. I love to train, so I'm a big fan of Muay Thai, so that's all it is, really. Just me doing what I do if I was in the gym or something. I'm gonna do another jam for you guys. All right. You guys got any more questions? How to make bends correctly? The secret to bending is bend in tune. Use your ear. You really gotta like, if you're bending, let's say, you're on a D here, and you want to bend it to E. You want this to sound like this. So bend it to this. Bend to it. You gotta really use your ear. It's very much train your ear to hit the right note. And sometimes you may be off a little bit, so you got to really just kind of bend into it. That's why it's an art. Bending is an art unto itself. Listen to old Cream records, Eric Clapton, blues guys. Those were the guys that Buddy Guy. Old blues guitar players. Those are the guys that were the kings of the bending the note. That's a whole art unto itself. So let's try this one. Sounds fun. So I can talk and play, guys. Ask questions, whatever you want to talk about. Some of these things are not in the right tuning. I missed that message. Send it again. Bends it with one hand, your left hand. That's your righty. Your hand that goes on the like my carpet, man. I don't see it. Right on, JT. diet, I could talk about that for hours. Try to eat a lot of protein stuff, a lot of chicken. Try to eat a lot of vegetables. What's up in Russia, Alex? Hello, my friend. Spasibo. Thank you, Serge. Very good food. So my diet, I try to eat healthy, you know. I work out every day, so I try to eat healthy and my exercising. A lot of salads, a lot of vegetables, a lot of chicken, steak. Not too much steak. Maybe once a week I eat steak. I don't eat any junk food. Yeah, so that's my diet. I try to eat healthy, work out every day. Did some workout videos on here on YouTube. I'll probably do some more real soon for a couple of you guys that have been asking about what I normally do. It's all simple stuff, man. Calisthenics. I love kettlebell. Train a lot of Muay Thai. A little bit of jiu-jitsu here and there. Boxing. Eat a lot good food, you know. I love popcorn. That's one of my favorite staples to my diet. I eat a lot of popcorn. No butter, just plain popcorn. It's very healthy. Try to eat a lot of fruits, vegetables, you know. I try. It's hard, but I try my best. Never eat fast food. Hate McDonald's. I never eat that crap. I'd rather make a meal out of a bag of peanuts than go have a dirty, greasy burger from McDonald's. So that's probably been a big help for me. And coffee. Gotta love your coffee. All right, guys. Well, I'm probably going to get out of here in a minute. If you have any more last questions, trying to get on here. We've been dropping a lot of new videos on this page. I just dropped a new lyric video for Revenge Beast. So go check that out, man. That's our newest song. I'm telling you, man, this Revenge Beast stuff, I'm blown away by it. Some of the heaviest stuff I've ever done. What up, Duff? How are you, man? So go check out the new Revenge Beast song. We just posted it like a day or two ago. And again, it's the heaviest stuff I've ever done. We will probably be doing some gigs real soon. And got a show this weekend on Thursday, opening up for Papa Chubby. That's going to be really good. I'm going to be doing more of a blues rock type of set, you know, to kind of fit the mood. Right on, Duff. Glad you dig the new Revenge Beast, man. I think it's the heaviest stuff I've ever done, man. It's really great old school type of death metal, you know. Was I acquainted with Lemmy? No, we played with Motorhead a couple times. I love Motorhead, man. I'm a big fan. We used to throw in Ace of Spades back in the day in the Soulfly set once in a while, and had a good time learning that song and trying to play it like the record. And I love Motorhead, you know. Obviously, they are a classic, important band in metal. So, double whammy getting to hear you shred. Right on, dude. Right on, Andrew. Yeah, I like to talk and play, man. Like I said, I've been doing these live feeds forever, man. I've been doing this way before COVID. You know, if you guys are new to my YouTube channel, you can look back. I've been doing videos like this since like 2016, I think it was. You know, when I basically got my first smartphone and figured out how to get on YouTube. You know, Arise Again. That's a good one. I did a playthrough for that. I messed it up a little bit. I haven't played it in a while. And then the ending. You know, again, I've talked about this before. That's from my era of Soulfly. I had a major part in the writing of those songs. You know, Soulfly never had riffs like that until I joined the band. It's the truth, you know. And that was one of those songs, along with Frontlines, Corrosion Creeps. You know, this had my influence all over these songs. And that's why when you ask me to play them, I'm playing them just like the record. So there it is. That's how it goes. What's my favorite Soulfly song? I always tell you Frontlines. You know, Frontlines was a very, very important song. I think for Soulfly, that's why that was the video for Dark Ages, because it was like, oh shit, you know, Soulfly brought it back to Beneath the Remains and you know, back to that thrash metal sound. And you know, that was always what my plan was to try to get it back to that sound of the early Sepultura records. I mean, there was a big demand for that. You know, I know a lot of the old school Sepultura fans wanted to hear Max get back to that sound. Thank you, Colossal Myopia. You know, it's funny, man. It's, you know, Colossal Myopia came out the same year as Dark Ages, and if you listen to Colossal Myopia, all right, Chuck Schuldiner, we'll talk about that in a minute. If you listen to my record Colossal Myopia and you A/B it to Dark Ages, you're going to hear a lot of similarities, man. You know, that I was writing all over both those records. They both came out around the same time. There's a lot of riffs, I've said, like harmonic minor thrash riffs, you know, like on the song Colossal Myopia. Right? It's very similar to the ending of Arise Again. It's got my vibe all over it. Or Frontlines. Or off my solo off Colossal Myopia, Isosceles. You know, very similar riffing, because I had a big part, you know, obviously Colossal Myopia, you know, I write all my own music on that, and I, you know, when we Dark Ages, I added a lot of these riffs to that record, man. So it was a cool time, man. It really was, because Soulfly was coming from the new metal thing of just very simple riffs. You know, the new metal thing, you know. So to come out guns blazing with a song like Frontlines, you know, with riffs like that, it was like, you know, if you were around, if you were old enough and were around when we came out with that stuff, and we came out touring playing that stuff, it was like we were melting people's faces off, man. And it was a great time, you know. And I'm still continuing that vibe. Inhale the Horns and Revenge Beast and my solo stuff and this new El Nino record. You know, what I brought to Soulfly, I'm bringing now back to El Nino. The guys want me doing solos. They want me adding to the riffs, doing my type of technical riffing. So, you know, this is very, very exciting times, man. Very exciting. So I'm super stoked about everything. Yeah, so my thoughts about Chuck Schuldiner. He was obviously a pioneer. He was incredible influence on me, obviously. You can obviously hear it. I do a lot of that style of riffing that Chuck was doing. Stuff like... Yeah, that's from my song Kilo Cycle Interval off Colossal Myopia. And that was heavily influenced by, you know, by Chuck Schuldiner and Death, and also Pantera. It's got that Floods vibe. You know, that's a lot of those. I think they're called like 9 chords. And I like to arpeggiate them, and I did that all over. I brought that to Soulfly, all over those Soulfly records. I always did that style of riffing, you know. And I like that because you can take a simple riff, like you can take a simple riff, like, let's just say off the top of my head, right? And then you could just do this. Very simple ideas, that just sounds so musical. So I love how Chuck did that a lot, and Dime did that a lot too. Um, you know, that's this, it's these are ideas that are, you know, I think a message in a bottle from the Police that I forgot the riff, but it has that vibe. So maybe that's where these guys got it from. I don't know, but I think Rush did a lot of that too. I'm a big fan of Rush. Um, so yeah, that's that. What was that last question? Sorry, man. These questions, for some reason, they don't stay up. They disappear after a few seconds. I missed the last question. If you can ask me again, that'd be great. So yeah, these are all cool ideas, man. You know, and I this is the stuff that I'm influenced by, man. I was a big fan, like I said, of Chuck. But actually, I didn't really get into Death until like '93 when they put out that record, Individual Thought Patterns. I kind of was late to the whole death metal thing. Well, now looking back, it was, you know, I was a kid. I was like 15, 16 when I got into death metal. But I got into it like in '93, probably '94, from bands like Obituary. There you go, Emerald Goblet. Emerald Goblet has a lot of those ideas on it. Same ideas, you know, kind of very deathy, but I did that on acoustic guitar. Yeah, so I got into it. I got into the death probably like in '93 when the record Individual Thought Patterns came out, because they had Andy LaRock on that record. I was a big fan of his with King Diamond, you know. There it is, Andrew. Do I ever get writer's block? No. You know what, dude? I don't. I really don't. I don't want to brag about it. I've talked about this before. I know people that do have writer's block, and it's a real thing, you know. They go into a vortex, I think you can call it. And I don't feel like I struggle with that. And the main reason why is because I practice every day, and you know, I'm knowledgeable of my scales, my chords, so I have an endless vocabulary of riffs and ideas just because I know where to put my hands on the guitar and what key. You never have to search because you know what key you're in just by looking at the fretboard. That's why it's important to learn theory and scales and riffs, because you won't have a writer's block. You'll just, you know, you'll take some. You know, you'll take a simple something because you know your scales. You can just be like, you know, and it's important. Learn your scales. Learn your theory and chords, because it's gonna help you. It's gonna help you a lot, especially in the studio when you don't have a lot of time to write. I've said this before, like a lot of those Soulfly records were made in a very, very small time. You know, literally 2 weeks to make a record. And I think the reason why I was able to make records in such a short amount of time, and the band booked these records in such a short amount of time to probably save money in the studio, is because I could come up with ideas very fast. I love to improvise. A lot of my solos were done in like one day for the whole record. I mean, that's kind of unheard of in this business, but I would do it. I'm not bragging. It's just, I love to play. If you put me into the studio, I'm gonna come up with stuff right off the top of my head because I'm in my zone. I love doing it, and 90% of what I do on the guitar is just based out of improvisation. So if you hit record, 9 out of 10 times you're gonna get a pretty decent take out of me, and it can go out as is. Again, I'm not bragging. It's just, I love to play, you know, and I like that competitive vibe of like, yo, let's see if we can get it in one take. I love that, you know. I love when the producer's like hits record and I have to try to get it in one take. I think that's fun. It's a challenge for me, and I like knowing I got a recording in one take. So you know, that's why we pumped out so many records with Soulfly, because we would go into the studio not really prepared to make a record, and after 2 weeks, there's your record. It's done. And you know, I had a lot to do with that because I think I love being in the studio. You know, I would go in there at like 12 in the afternoon and go until 2 o'clock in the morning and just be the happiest dude in the world, you know. Cro-Mags, only 1 or 2 songs. Yeah, there was a lot of Cro-Mag influence and Tool, and you know, you can hear all types of influences, man. You know, I always try to push the envelope of what can be done, you know, be experimental. So, what up in Russia? Got a lot of friends here on YouTube in Russia, guys. How are you? I hope to come back soon, man. I always have a good time over there in Russia, man. You guys come out and really support at the concerts, which is really cool, man. I appreciate that. Again, I'm not bragging about things I've done on records, you know. I'm just trying to tell you, it's important to know theory, learn your scales, learn how to apply your scales to all your different keys, because it's gonna save you so much time when you are in the studio and you have to come up with ideas. You know, when you're knowledgeable of the fretboard and keys, you can hear things in your head, you can see it on the fretboard before you even play it. And it's going to save you a lot of time. That's why, back to that question, do I ever have writer's block? No, because I'm not searching for riffs. It's just, you hear it in your head before you play it because you know where to put your hands on the fretboard. So you have an endless vocabulary of ideas before you even start playing guitar, because you just know where to go automatically without hitting wrong notes. Like I've seen guys go into the studio and they don't know their scales, they don't know chords, and yes, they're searching. They're sitting there and, you know, trying to find the notes all day. You know, and it's because they don't know theory, they don't know scales, and you know, it's very difficult. It's like trying to read a book but you don't know how to read. You know, it's like that. So that's what I'm telling you. Take some lessons. You know, take lessons from people that are knowledgeable. I still take lessons from people. When I see guitarists that blow me away, I ask them. I'm like, yo, how much for a lesson? I'll pay you. You know, it's really, really important to learn your theory. It's going to help you. You're not going to have writer's block as much because, again, you know what you're doing. So there it is. Countries that surprised me. Oh, I always had a great time in Russia, and every time I've gone, it seems to get better and better, and there's more fans, and it just seems like, you know, it's just, every time I go, things are getting better in your country. And I always had a good time in Russia, man. I always thought the fans were very excited for us. I enjoyed the food, the culture, you know, and the love for metal out there. So it's always been very cool for me to go to Russia. Probably a surprise going to South America, man. You know, I've always said my favorite place in the world to go is South America, Colombia, Brazil, Argentina, all over South America, Central America. It's just, I love that culture down there. I love the weather. You know, it's always nice and warm, a lot of beaches, great seafood, great food, a lot of great steak down there. The culture, the fans are hungry. You know, in America, we're kind of brainwashed into thinking, oh, you know, South America, you know, it's very dangerous. And I'll tell you, man, I've had nothing but excellent experiences every time I've gone to South America. I mean, you can come to America and there's dangerous places in America. I could take you to some really dangerous neighborhoods in America. So I've had nothing but beautiful experiences down in South America. I love the people there, the culture, the food. So if you have a chance, go visit any country in South America, man. It's absolutely amazing down there. Pickups, yeah, EMG. I've been using EMG forever. You know, years ago, I think when we first hit the studio with El Nino, we were doing a lot of experimentation with guitars, pickups, amplifiers, and we all just agreed on EMG. You know, and I was a big fan too. Some of my favorite guitar players used EMG, like Zakk Wylde. You know, he's one of my favorites. So I've always been an EMG guy. I know a lot of people are jumping around right now using new pickups, and I like old gear, man. I'm really not interested in a lot of new stuff. I really like a lot of my old gear. I love old Boss pedals, these EMGs. I've been using these for about 20 years, man, and I love EMG. I just don't, I haven't found the pickup I like better yet, you know. But I'm not that picky, man. You give me any guitar and I'll get something out of it, man. You know, I don't get all hooked on just one thing, you know. So, anything else, guys? I'm gonna get out of here in a minute. Any more questions? Any last questions before I go? Okay, man. Well. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Everyone have a great day, and keep in touch, man. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, man. I'm home now, so I'll be doing a lot more of these live feeds, man. Peace.